Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, our Kings. Mark Tibbs back on the channel. Mark, appreciate you joining us. A good fight week. I've just spoke to your young charge there, Mr. Hollywood himself, Giorgio Visioli. He is a different man compared to the man I interviewed in Belfast.
Thank you. It's good to know, Jamie. He thinks you're talking about me, but you're talking about Giorgio.
I am. I certainly am. No, look, the guy I spoke to there was very nervous. He was obviously, Sonny goes, look, Sonny, I think, interview Giorgio's great fighter. I said, look, let's do it.
Yeah.
Today, full of confidence, spoke very well, night and day, and he's got the performances to back it up. How pleased are you with his progression so far as a young professional?
Giorgio Visioli's development so far has been phenomenal. It's, as a young man, young professional, I think he's a year and a half been a professional now, and he's had great opportunity with Matchroom Boxing. That, you know, how they've got him out, and he's come to Las Vegas with me. On the back of Johnny Fisher's training camp, and come through with flying colours. The sparring they fed him out there was wonderful, and as I say, come through with flying colours. Very competitive. He had to think and he had to work, but you know, he really shone. Yeah.
How pleasing is that? So obviously, it's nice to take fighters out of the comfort zone, and everybody's always talked historically about America being that place where, look, you get some unbelievable sparring. But from what I heard from him and other people, the sparring went really well. He got some good rounds in, and all valuable experience for him moving forward.
Yeah, great experience. He sparred with some mature professionals, you know, world level. He sparred with some young guns like himself, you know, are going to be great fighters, you know, in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. They're going to be the, you know, the world leading boxers, like I think Giorgio will. Yeah, and like I say, gave a great account of himself.
I spoke to him about, obviously he's made viral headlines regarding Canelo Morton, another, you know, extremely talented young fighter. When you see that so early on and you look and go, if them two can sort of stay on a parallel path and achieve, and you're looking, I know we always marinate a lot of fights and sometimes they don't happen, but you look at that and go, the narrative behind it and the stories that have come, could be his big fight in a few years.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be a natural fight for the future. I mean, and Eddie put it out there like we'll have it tomorrow sort of thing. I mean, it could happen today in today's world of boxing. It's mental, and when I look at the capabilities of Giorgio Visioli, if it happened today or in the future, as long as they both fighters got well looked after, it would work. Because you get me. You know what I mean? It would work. I mean, they could have one now and one at the end of their careers, if that would make sense.
With how they both fight now, I mean, sign me up multiple times, and I suppose if they're at this stage of the career, they're both at the same stage, so. Doesn't really harm anyone if it's a good fight, does it?
No, I'll be honest with you, I'm really enjoying and really infused by working with Visioli. I'll tell you for why, because you know, I'd like to see him do it the old-fashioned way, but business is business, and I've got every bit of confidence in him. If he was to do it in this new way, as in tomorrow, then I've got every bit of confidence in him because of what I've seen in Giorgio's development. But no, he's a quality, very smart operator, and yeah, he's different. He's got something unique about him that, you know, is him.
Well, look, it's interesting to see how his story develops. How's Johnny Fisher going? The big man obviously suffered defeat, but defeating these days, I think we're going back to a bit of a golden age now where records are for DJs, you come back, you rebuild. How's he getting on?
Yeah, he's. I've seen him a couple of times since he fought Dave, and we was actually meant to meet yesterday in the gym for a chat and probably a session. But obviously I had to come here. I had a couple of things on. I want to get this fight done with Giorgio. We've worked hard for this fight, like we always do, and then I'll have a bit more time on my hands. But next week I'm hoping to meet up with Johnny and have a session. I know he's doing a bit with his S&C coach Sonny, and so I'm looking forward to meeting up with Johnny next week early.
Is it just a case of, look, brush yourself down, things to improve on, we go again?
Well, the thing is, look, Johnny's a very strong, good athlete. He loves the fight business, I believe, and he's got to love the fight business. And this offer in fighting Dave come up, you know, a lot earlier. than we expected, and he grabbed it with both hands, and the rematch too, and you know, like I say with the Visioli thing, that could happen earlier with the Carmel Moulton. On what I've seen was not getting things mixed up of what I've seen, you know, crazy things happen today in boxing. But Johnny Fisher, I believe, will lick his wounds. Going to rebuild him again. Take care, guys. See you later. I believe Johnny Fisher can be rebuilt, yeah, and bring things, you know, get in his lane a little bit, build again, and then go again. Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, let me ask you a few things just away from this. I won't keep you too much long because I know some of you, the team have left. Canelo Crawford coming up, pound for pound, two of the best fighters in world boxing. The weight class is a talking point, but when I see Terence, I know it's different and stature doesn't mean everything. It's big, thick boy, like big boy as well. You got a thought and a feeling towards this fight and who you're leaning to and genuinely how you see this fight going?
Well, stylistically, I fancied Terence Crawford, yeah, but the weight, I lean toward Canelo because, you know, I think it's going to suit Canelo more, the weight advantage. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford won, and I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo won. Not sitting on the fence. It's just that. But if I have to lean towards someone, it would be Canelo because of the weight's going to suit him more, in my opinion.
Just a couple of weeks, we see the return of Manny Pacquiao. I never thought, when I started boxing media like 3 or 4 years ago, that I'd be privileged to go and see Manny Pacquiao fight. Yeah. Strange scenario, 46 years of age, jumped into the rankings, got his world title shot. What's your thoughts on it? He seems fit, he's obviously have to pass checks and stuff, but yeah. What's your take on it as someone who's involved heavily in the game?
Do you know what? I don't really like it, to tell the truth. You know, I feel he's, you know, he still looks great, and but he's always going to look great because he's Manny Pacquiao. But no, I don't like it, to tell the truth. Don't like it. But will I watch it? Yes. Yeah.
Is it a case of you look at it with an eye going, just come out safe?
Yeah, well, listen, 46 years of age, just, you know, 46 years of age, a great like Manny Pacquiao, someone you know, always looked up to as a fighter, one of Freddie Roach's fighters. I'm glad Freddie Roach is with him still.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Last one, let me ask you, Anthony Joshua obviously just had a surgery, looks to be coming back end of this year, rumoured to fight every Tom, Dick and Harry. Deontay Wilder comes back next week. Carl Froch, interesting comments, that he thinks he's finished, that Earn's obviously rebutted that. Yeah. Surely there's a little bit left for AJ in the game?
There's certainly some big fights for him, that's for sure. I get what Carl Froch is saying. I haven't seen the interview myself, but, you know, there's big fights out there for him. Big fights out there for him. Would much rather have seen him fight Dillian than Dillian fighting Atuma.
Yeah, let me touch on that, because I was surprised when I saw that from the point of view of Dillian's already a big name, established at that age of his career where Dillian goes, right, biggest fights, most money. I assume there should be, I would have thought, bigger fights elsewhere other than the rising heavyweight who's blasting everyone out. Yeah. But does that tell you from Dillian's point of view he's going, no, because he's got to be hungry for this. Yeah, he's going in there with it.
Yeah. I've never thought about it like you just said, but that makes sense. Yeah. So he's got the fire in his belly still. Sounds like it. Yeah.
Is it come out of nowhere for you a little bit, that when obviously the history with Anthony Joshua, there's Wilder on the cards, that was talked about years ago, there's a Joseph Parker who needs a fight, deserves a big fight.
Yeah, no, for sure. It came out of the blue for me, and I was surprised by Dillian taking that fight, but yeah, I'd much rather have seen him fight Anthony Joshua, and I thought, you know, good fight for Atuma though. Good fight for Atuma, and listen, and he's never fought anyone as experienced as Dillian Atuma, so yeah, it's a good fight for him.
Well, look, I won't keep you any longer. I think someone else may want to speak to you, but Mark, I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, mate.